So we recently we talk about pulling, right? So what's the difference between pushing and pulling? We talk about chi, right? So first you have to understand. So we talk about our chi going to our body is going down from the front, down from the front, and then up from the back, right? So that depends on which dantian you're using. Okay. So remember we have four dantian, right? One this is upper dantian, 呢個係middle dantian，呢個下丹田，
Yeah.
呢個下丹田。So the lower dantian, okay. So when you first started, right? When you first started, almost everyone is using this one, your lung. Okay, that's your middle dantian. Okay, so when you're using this, if you so most if you say okay, you're using okay, when you say you want to use pulling, okay, say you are using pulling to using this for your dantian, okay. So most likely when you pull, because so where's the corner? It's right in your leg, right? So when you pull, you just pull down, you go down to this one, and maybe you go down to your leg, but it's hard to go around it. So most likely when you push somebody, when you pull, you don't have enough chi to go around, right? You most likely you're going back out. So you basically you down from the front and then you up from the front. So that's why I said you have to practice. You have to practice not to use your middle dantian. And also, right now when some people using 呢個下丹田，呢個丹田 it's not good enough. Even you pull, you cannot go around it. Okay.
Because when somebody touch you on the top,
Yes,
you're
you
more
most
likely
likely you go back up.
come back up
You
because
go
it's
that's most usually that's the case. When even you use this dantian, okay, when someone push you here, you most likely this chi will go up here, right? Most likely. So even you use this dantian, it's not good enough. So when I say pulling, when you still using this dantian and this dantian, so that's not. I guess it's not really to pulling yet. Okay, it's not really to using the pulling method. Okay, you still on the pushing method. Okay, you still on the pushing down method. So not the pulling. So you ask yourself, so where is your breath come from? Is it from here, or from here? So if you from here, you are ready for pulling. Okay? Now clear, right?
yeah.
Okay, so I think so far I feel couple people already have can use the this dantian, but most people doesn't. Some people still stuck here, and some people stuck here. Okay, so when you start using these two dantian, you still need to push. You should push down. So the more you push down, hopefully someday your chi have more chi in your yongqun. Then you start to training on the pulling method.
Okay. Now one last point. I know you got to move on. You said that the dantian, the yongqun, is kind of like the lungs. So if
Everything is like a lung.
lung here, so
Everything lung is for the function of the lung. It's not like a lung. So you have to talk about what's the function of the lung. The function of the lung is in you taking the chi in and also taking out, right? in and out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's your function of your lung. So your dantian also can do that. So you also can pulling in and then push out, right? So once you know this, you try to avoid this, because the more you use your lung, it's bad for you. You know, when you get older, it's bad for you. Okay, I'm not going to go to the. I explained that before.
Yeah.
Okay, so we try not to use this. So your goal is not to use this dantian and this dantian. Eventually, use the one on the Yongqun. That's your goal. So when you use that, you can go up from the back. Okay, go up from the back, and then you can later on, when you go even deeper, you can use this dantian also. That's the buttwood. Okay, that's the upper dantian. So eventually you are using. So you don't use this, but you're using this one and this one. So you basically connect heaven and earth. So you basically connect the that's how energy comes from. When you connect those two dantian, right? The Yongqun and buttwood. Okay. So basically you connect outside energies. You can pulling energy in, right, from your buttwood. Okay, that's from here. Remember I talked about, you can call this as 3i or whatever. This is like serve as a window. So the energies go in here, and then go down on the front, and then go back up from the back. And then you go, so it's like you're connecting. You're not just connecting yourself now. You're connecting nature. That's your event. That's how deep you can go. How far you can go.
Can you do that? I'm just curious. Like when you say how far, is it
Mhm.
like, oh, you can?
I'm almost there. Almost there. I'm already connecting that. I able to do that. Yeah. So that's your goal. So I just explain the whole theory. Okay. So how come, like some people they take for women as example, right? The reason he's not stable, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. When he's bad, when I said he's good in a good situation, his chi is down there, either down in the dantian or down in the Yongqun. That's what I call is a good condition for him, right? So that's like, oh, today you're good, okay, but most and then he's not stable, because after maybe 1 or 2 weeks later, his chi go back up to here. He uses his lung a lot. When he go home, he's not paying attention. When he practice, he doesn't pay attention. He used this to breathe. So when he daily life. Remember I said, oh, Tiger Yansang. Okay.
Yeah.
So you apply to your daily life. So you have to when you doing like your daily chore, you don't, when you talk, you don't use your lung to talk, you don't use it to breathe in and out. So you also practice to use maybe your dantian to talk, right? So that's how you apply to your daily life. So that's why if you are not pay attention to that, then when you are at home, you use your lung a lot. Then you are not stable. Then you always use your lung. So your chi is always up here, right? So that's why when you come back here, your condition is not good. That's what happened, because you use this a lot at home. You get used to back to your old normal, right? So what everyone is doing. So that's because you feel more comfortable with that way. But if you feel more comfortable, you most likely you don't have you don't have 內功, right? So that's the reason.
Thank you.
So the reason we practice every day, right? It's like when you practice every day, that's how you change your that's how you can get your chi going deeper, right? When you practice every day, you practice dropping your chi down. When you do that every day, and your chi will drop. You eventually will use your Yongqun Hui. Okay, that's why practice is so important. If you skip 1 or 2 days, you most likely you go back to your lung again. Okay, that's what happens when you can not come here to practice 1 or 2 days. You lost everything you have because you are not stable yet. If you are stable, when you practice at home and you practice right, then you still keep it or improving or keep the same level, right? But if you're not doing right, you thought, and you don't understand that you most likely you are using your lung to practice. Then you never improve.
How can somebody know if they're using their lungs or their dantian? I mean,
So if you can tell, I can tell.
Okay.
So you can ask yourself whether you're using your dantian or I mean your lung or your dantian. Okay. So if you can tell, I can tell. Only I can tell. But some of you can tell. But you guys have been practice a lot. You can tell, because you can feel where's your, when you push down or pulling, you feel where's the chi located. You know that. You have feeling on it. So that's okay. That's the whole theory.
Okay. Thank you.
So I try to put it in my word. If my sifu explain this, it will be a completely different thing. It's in a different word, but I understand in my word. Okay, right? My sifu never explained this way. Yes.
Thank you.
You breathe in your lung, your shoulder will rising up.
When you practice Jamzhuang, right? You want to lower your shoulder. You want to lower your elbow. So that will carry your chi going down. So that's helping you not using your lung, right? So hopefully you can use your low dantian, right? From here, you practice pushing down to your Yongqun. The more you do that, the more you practice every day pushing down to the Yongqun. So eventually you have a lot of chi in Yongqun. Then it become. So right now, it's like unfunction because there's not much chi down there. But once you have a lot of chi down there, then it's become functional. Then you are able to, from there you can pull down to the ground. So from here it's not the lowest, right?
Hi.
From here you can go down to the ground. Okay, then you can able to use your Yongqun. That's the real function of that. Okay. So you can ask yourself where are your level right now? Is it right here? If you are here, you're practice pushing down. Okay, you are not pulling. If you pull, you most likely you'll go back up to from the front. Okay, but if you are down there in the Yongqun, you can pull. Then you can go around.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's a long story. Right? I don't.
You've explained many times about Yong Yi,